Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to the 2026 Traditions Cup. We have a matchup coming between Club 24 Heat, who have been an absolute force in the Lac-Side the last couple of years, representing the Haudenosaunee, and at the other end of the floor, representing Canada, the Nova Scotia Privateers. There are actually no Canadian-based club teams in the Lac-Side this year, so we have to figure out who is going to represent Canada. And the Privateers have won 2 of the last 3 Alice Rubeski Memorials. They were in the final again this year, losing last year. It is January, losing a very exciting final to the Victoria. Oh, what was their name? Because it's not the Shamrocks. It's a bunch of Shamrock Senior B guys. But the Victoria, whatever they were called, they were fantastic. Great tournament there. And this is one of my new favorite tournaments, the Traditions Cup, first ever, and we are about to see a game that everyone has been looking forward to. We're going to have the face-off matchup here with Jamie Dunbar, captain of the Privateers, is already out there, ready to take this draw. Who is going to go up against him? Well, I'll tell you, it is going to be Craig McCowan. Ton of talent. Club 24 Heat is such a talented team. If all the names that are on there are playing, holy cow, I know Colton Marquis is playing, Stone Jacobs is playing, Lucas Rozon, who I absolutely loved watching in the Lac-Side, plays up in Akwesasne Junior B for the Thunder. He should be playing Junior A, although, sometimes guys just like to stay and play in their community, which I totally applaud, if that's what you want to do. And it'll be interesting to see where he winds up. That's a 10-second count on the first possession of the game. And the ball will be scooped up here by Kerry Kane. He'll flick it ahead to Owen Rice. Owen Rice, I believe, was one of the Kahnawake Thunder who won the Kahnawake Hunters, who won the Founders Cup Junior B Championship. Here comes Colton Marquis. He'll flip it across, tries to get the ball down into the corner. It is scooped up. Marquis backpedaling. Nice defensive effort there. Brett Himmelman getting out. Still lots of time, though, in the save having to be made there. The starting goaltender tonight. Double check who's between the pipes for Nova Scotia to start this one. You can go to the Traditions Cup website and all the scoring done by game sheet. So looks like, Cole Reshney between the pipes for Nova Scotia. And he gets a little help from the post on that rip from Owen Rice. Fresh 30. Dawson Dottie McComber's pass kind of skips away, but is tracked down. Yes, Victoria Leprechauns, thank you. Is that it? Yeah, I'm so confused now. Owen Rice rips one. Reshney way out at the top of the crease. Jumping out to that high arc. Really challenging shooters. We'll see what they challenge. Here's Zach Kerrigan. Oh, what a beauty. Zach Kerrigan. I believe he's a 2-time MVP at the Alice Rubeski because of plays like this. And this is kind of wild because he's a lefty first off the bench. It's so far wide open that he's going to go for that little tuck. That is a beautiful play. And it's 1-0, 2.5 minutes into the first of 2 15-minute running time halves. 2 minutes of stop time at the end of the second half. Let's wait for one more Club 24 Heat member to get out. Scooped nicely there. Good job snagging it by Kerry Kane. Ooh, that was a dicey situation for Yordis McComber behind the net as his friendly fire almost got him. Oh, and there's the first goal of the game for Club 24 Heat. How does this one even come about? You see the ball ricochets out after Yordis McComber just avoids getting squashed against the boards by it. Oh, that's a lovely pass through the middle, just tucking it home. tying things up 1-1. We are 3.5 minutes here into the first half. Looked like the Privateers were going, and they will get it. Alex Beechard. Sorry. Gets that one. Kerrigan with the ball again. They'll set up the offense here. Marcus Dybo had to get his helmet back on, and then the stop made there. Starting between the pipes for Club 24 Heat is, I believe that's Casey Lahash. We're in the one, he's listed as 31, but Alex Delormier started the other game. I believe they are alternating here, so Lahash gets this one. Speaking of Founders Cup champions, good forecheck pressure, but the Privateers withstand it, and Jeremy Baumeister fights through a forecheck. Oh, but then it's handed over, and it's a 2-on-1. Oh, that pass just a little bit low, gets away from Lucas Rozan. Here's Rozan again. Watch this kid play. He is just dynamite. Looks like he's using a different stick than his earlier game. I believe he had an orange head on the stick in the earlier game, which they won quite handily. And Privateers running in transition is Jake Nyhouse. All kinds of pressures. Nova Scotia a little slow getting some help out there for him. And Nyhouse is just going to have to hang on to it. Gets clear, knows where his help is. That is the kind of work that Nova Scotia gets. Oh, what a rip from downtown. Connor Aquano absolutely rockets that one. There you see there's such cohesiveness because these Privateers represent the province, play together all the time. Kerrigan drawing some attention. Possession to Club 24, but another save by Reshny. Brett Draper into the offensive zone. He'll play mostly a D transition role, but he can stay up and play offense. No problems there. Patty Quinn makes the pass across. Another downtown shot, and that's another goal. That was Drew McDonald, and check this one out. We're already into the replay here. Downtown just finds a corner perfectly. And it's 3-1 Privateers. And I know I've had people telling me, oh yeah, Club 24 is going to run away with this tournament. Don't bet on it. I mean, they're good. They could very well win the tournament. I would not be even remotely surprised if they come back win this game, if they win the tournament. But the Privateers will not be an easy out. Oh, what an effort on that play. That was Brian Rice. Spectacular attempt. Reshny was there to make the stop, though. Jamie Dunbar gets up over center. Warren Rice with the back check. He can be very aggressive on the back check. Kerrigan's going to scoop this one up. Oh, he just had a great chance there to Luke Smeltzer. They do retain possession. Tried to get it to Kerrigan on the back door. That pass gets away, not tipped, so it will be Club 24 Heat possession. Jensen White into the offensive zone. Leaves it there for Rozan. They find Deosun Dottie McComber. He'll flip it far side. Gets it back immediately. Oh, that is a beauty. We are seeing an outside shooting clinic on that give and go. Dale McComber across the top. And look at that, gets it back and just rips it. So after getting the goal to pull them within 3-2, right back to the offense came in Daibo. Speaking of Founders Cup champions, big save, I think by the post, but the putback. They're going to say Yordis McComber. Well, yeah, obviously the player was in the crease. I think that was Colton Marquis that had landed in there after the attempt. Yeah. Marquis with the jersey caught up on his kidney pads. And there's a goal for Nova Scotia. Boy, how often does that happen where there's a big play at one end, doesn't lead to a goal, you go down the other way, and the other team responds. That's quite a response to me. 4-2 with about 5.5 to go here in the first. There's the give and then the pick, and they feed it to the back door. All kinds of attention demanded by the lefties, and the righty just tucks it home. It's a 4-2 lead for the Privateers with about 5.5 to go here in the first half. Dale McComber. Oh, I thought he had the ball. He did not. Now he's going to forecheck Kerrigan. Okay, that is two guys who are, I think, good enough to play in the NLL or be very close to it. Heads up call by the official, watching out for the potential over and back. It didn't happen. The ball will come out to Lahash. I'm going to say through the crease on Ian McShane. And it will be Club 24 possession. Here's Stone Jacobs up for an offensive shift. That's going to be an, oh, no it's not. Owen Rice swoops in like Wonder Dog. That's a gorgeous goal. First, the save at center, and then the flying tuck home. Look at this play by Rice. He came out of nowhere. The benches are kind of underneath us, and then flying across. Reshny came out to try and check him instead of playing the ball, and that proves to be his undoing on this one. It's 4-3. We've got 4.5 to go here in the first. Owen Rice is so quick. Club 24 gets it back, and number 24 with the pass ahead. That's Kobe Lahash. He's on the back door now as Cayman Daibo circles away from the defense. Well, just popped out of the stick of Rozan, but he collects it. Gets it near side to Lahash. Driving to the Nez Marquis, big save Reshny. Cayman Daibo all alone out front. Great patience by Daibo to make the pass across, leads to an excellent chance, but Reshny, what a recovery to make that stop. It was almost all tied up. 3:40 to go in the first. Rozan quickly back to Marquis, who hands it off. I'm not sure Cayman Daibo was expecting that one. He's going to spin underneath. Oh, that's a beauty. Club 24 Heat is finding their stride. Cayman Daibo, yeah, he was ready for that. And then he's going to jab step and spin, dives across. Oh, it's a great finish from Cayman Daibo. Drafted by Colorado, I believe, in the NLL draft a few months ago. Really came to attention. I mean, he'd been a good player for a while, but he just exploded in the Arena Lacrosse League last year. Scoring like 9-10 points a game for much of the season. Was one of the top point per game guys all year in the ALL. Check that out on the Arena Lacrosse League YouTube channel. Just some excellent competition there. A bunch of these guys playing. Not the Privateers. They're Nova Scotia guys. Working together all year long. Oh, what a save, Reshny, on the diving dunk attempt. Wow, let's take a look at this one, because this looks like a pretty good opportunity. Nothing happened in the offensive zone yet. We'll get you back to it. Reshny comes hard post to post. Shades of Mike Poulin on that one. Poulin, I think, was one of the best getting across the crease. Oh, hard rip from the outside by Connor Aquano, but that's not going to find anything. They're trying to get the ball ahead to Brian Rice. Nice hustle back. Love that effort by John McDonald, because Brian Rice is one of the more dangerous transition players you're going to find. Speaking of guys who have shone in the ALL, McShane's pass down. They move it across. Kerrigan has to take it off the boards. Good movement by the Privateers. Boy, this is some kind of man-to-man defense. by Club 24 Heat. A huge pick, not quite to the level of being called as illegal, but another save by Casey Lahash. Dylan Martin into the offensive zone. Leaves the ball there for Owen Rice. Rice feeds it back to him, and that's where the high arc will come back to bite you, as Reshny trying to come up and take away the angle, but you'll see as Owen Rice takes this pass, and then Dylan Martin just slips into the middle and has Reshny at his mercy, goes up and over, and it's 5-4. Club 24 Heat are on a heater. Oh, are they ever? Just checking to see how many they scored in a row. It was 3, now it's 4. Right off the draw. Craig McCowan on his offside, crosses Reshny up. Under 30 seconds to play in the half, and it's 6-4, Club 24 Heat. Privateers have shown over the years their resilience, but they're going to be in tough because the Heat will not back off. They're going to keep pushing. They have just wave after wave of terrific player. Nice forecheck pressure, pops the ball loose. They're going to run out of time. Oh, the 10-second count seemed to be off, and the half will end as the ball is flung down the floor. What an exciting half of lacrosse. The opening ceremonies have happened. We are officially underway. Obviously, we've had a day full of action here at the first ever Traditions Cup, and we'll have lots more to come. This game and 2 more after it here at the Mary C. Winder Oneida Community Center on the Oneida Indian Nation. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. It is 6-4 for Club 24 Heat over the Nova Scotia Privateers. Almost tripped on the safety rubber little mound here that protects everyone on the walking track. There's a walking running track behind us. Great facility here, and there are a bunch of people walking around. There are also now some players ringing the track to watch. This is a great place to watch up top. We have best seat in the house right up here, Allison and I. Privateers start with possession in the second half. Let's see what response they have to that run that Club 24 Heat went on late in the first half. They're coming out, running a very composed play. They get a backdoor look, and it was a good one. And a putback attempt, and it is good. First one didn't quite go, but the second one works on the rebound. Love this effort racing through. I think that's Smeltzer coming through. And then the tuck home by Gavin Quigley. Ty John was in calling the previous game, and he thought, because it is spelled quickly, like with a QU in the middle. It's not, it's Quigley in the middle. It's spelled Quiqle, but I'm pretty sure it's Gavin Quigley. So sorry to the Quigley fan, but that would be a pretty cool name, Quigley, with a QU. 6-5 as we're just over a minute into the second half. 2 15-minute running time halves. 2 minutes of stop time at the end. Driving to the net. Nice effort there from Dylan Martin. Now the Privateers. Oh, look at the wheels coming out of the back door by Brett Draper. Well, he spent some time with the Halifax Thunderbirds in the NLL. One of the many Nova Scotia players who are really making it up the ladder in the game. Liam McGraw is playing for the Georgia Swarm this year. He's really broken in. Plenty of others on their way. Club 24 Heat want to respond to that opening goal of the half. Owen Rice hands it off. Tried to get it back. Wound up getting across to Colton Marquis, who landed in the crease. Reshny with some pressure very calmly flips it ahead. Hard cross floor pass. Then all kinds of traffic through the middle. They feed it through. Oh, a big hit. They're going to say a push in the back as Connor Aquano went to the turf. It's just a possession call. Fresh 30, and possession will start down in the corner with Kerrigan. Penalty coming now. Looks like that's Shuggo Van Domelin. Yeah, it's a 1 minute cross check. So Kerrigan's going to be at the top of the power play with Patty Quinn over on the righty shooter spot. They're coming to the near side though. John McDonald is at the shooter on this side. That's McDonald getting the pass now. McShane is down in the righty crease. Well, that's a rip from Quinn. Scooped up and running through traffic. He just does get away though from Marcus Daibo. And it's going to be picked up. Great chance for McShane. Oh, what a save. Casey Lahash. That was fantastic. Coming across to stop that one. $19 left on the penalty. Just about a 3-second difference with the shot clock. So Club 24 Heat can kill just about all this. Came in Daibo with it. Down to 7 on the shot clock. He'll try and rip a pass across. It gets through to Dale McComber somehow. Oh my goodness. Short-handed goal with 2 seconds left. They weren't just killing that penalty. They were determined to try and get something. And look at this shot. So the penalty's expired, but the player is not released because it's running time. The penalty won't be released until a whistle is blown for the face-off, but we will be even right away. What a short-handed goal by Dale Sungati McComber. Craig McCowan was having a little chat with the official while that face-off was going on. There's a great chance right off the draw for the Privateers. Lahash sharp once again. Stone Jacobs showing the speed he's got heading down the floor. Jordas McComber fights through. Off rushing it will, or the post. It will not be an over and back, and it will be a fresh 30. Should be a fresh 30, should it not? Maybe it just hit one of the defenders. Yeah, it should have been a reset. They're signaling now for a reset. So a long 30, actually, it turns out to be for Club 24 Heat. Here's Marquis, saved by Reshny. Wasn't sure where it was, but he managed to get on top of it before Dylan Martin could get in there and take it away from him. Forecheck pressure again by Club 24 Heat. They just never stop working. You may think you got a little lane to get out, but you better take it quickly because they are coming after you. Oh, backdoor attempt as Daibo rips a pass across, but Yordis Macomber is stopped on the quick stick. Another fresh 30. Boy, those defenders have to be getting tired. They're going to go behind the net. Doesn't quite connect. Bit of a break for the Privateers, because if that pass had connected, I don't know. That was going to be a great chance there for Yordis Macomber. This is the second game for Club 24 Heat today and for the Privateers. They both played an earlier match, so everyone's gotten into it. Club 24, definitely the younger side. A lot of youth, a lot of talent, but Privateers, as I've said, work very hard. That's a big pick. At least a goal on the back door by Kerrigan. And Club 24 Heat thinks it was too much. Here's the pick coming right here. Yeah, I get their point. We've had some big picks, though, without calls, so I think maybe it's been established that they're going to let them be pretty physical. You could see the look from the picked player. Might have been Ronan Oakes. I didn't quite catch who that was, but Nova Scotia wants to tie it up. Brett Draper in transition off the draw. Pings it off the crossbar. Now we're going the other way. Stone Jacobs looking behind him. A penalty coming on the trail. That may be a penalty shot. Yeah, it will be immediately. Spencer Tangway throws the hands up. We had the penalty on the breakaway. So it's a holding call. And Stone Jacobs, what a job. He's going to take the penalty shot. He doesn't have to, but boy, he might have earned it with all that effort he put in there. Here comes Stone Jacobs. Pretty much straight down the middle. Bounces one. No good. Not sure if Reshny got some of it. Doesn't matter at this point because we will have a face-off either way. It remains 7-6 for Club 24 Heat. Jamie Dunbar right there to take the draw for the Privateers. Should be Craig McCowan. Yeah, there he is, arriving in the circle. 7:03 to go here in the second half. 1 goal game. We thought it would be a doozy. It is. Scooped up by Kerry Kane. He's had himself a strong game. So calm with the ball. You see, that's one of the things that the players who are newer to the box, and there are quite a few in the tournament, learning box, fairly new to it. And, oh, what a pass, what a finish, what a save, though, by Reshny. Love that two-man game. Brian Rice, a glorious chance. But you see the players who are new to it, the panic threshold is lower because it just seems like everything's happening so fast. And a player like Kerry Kane I don't even know if he has a panic threshold. He just never seems to get phased. Kerrigan, hidden ball trick, scores. And you don't see the hidden ball trick work very often, but look at this. So Kerrigan has it right here. He's going to pretend to pass it off, gets it up, and everybody's looking the other way. That's just an easy one for Kerrigan. Well, because he's a really good shooter. I would still have trouble if I had that lane to shoot at. But what a shot by Kerrigan. Great hidden ball trick. Stands really starting to fill up here at the Mary C. Winder Community Center. We've got a bunch of people up on the walking track as well, and we have a 7-7 game between two of the favorites. Great job getting forward there by Aquano. Flings it down deep. 20 on the shot clock has Kerrigan. This time he did hand it off, and they're ready for Aquano. They pass it back. It's knocked down, but it will be scooped up. Actually, it's going to stay loose. Swatted ahead. Now they're calling over and back. I thought it was actually touched by Club 24 Heat, but they're going to have possession, and Rozon slid a little, but gets the pass to Marquis. Oh, there's a lovely finish. Colton Marquis. You're going to hear his name called pretty early in the NLL draft in the next, is it this year or next year? I got to remember. I think he's in 26. Even with the little slip, Rozon had the composure to get it to Marquis, and Nova Scotia just loses him coming off the bench. There you see it, just under 5 minutes to go here in this marquee game of the night, as that marquee goal scored by Colton Marquis. glad we don't do players of the game after every game here, because I don't know how you'd pick somebody in this one. There have been so many really good performances. I have to look at the numbers, I guess, to get an idea. Marquis is certainly up there. Zach Kerrigan. Owen Rice right there with the ball. He's been good. Here's Marquis. That pass is knocked down. Nice defensive play by Drew McDonald, one of the veterans of this team. And then they will come up over center. McDonald's going to run the floor, shoot just a little bit wide. And that gets up out of play. It'll be a Club 24 Heat ball. Did not touch Lahash on the way. I'm Stephen Stamp. This is the 2026 Traditions Cup, the inaugural edition of the tournament. On the camera, Allison Harding. Doing yeoman's service, woman's service. Not sure if that's a gender neutral term. Oh, nice pass through the middle, but the whistle was blown. I'm not sure. I didn't see what the call was. May have been the expiration of the third. Not sure. Anyway, it's Privateers ball. They're coming forward. 3:20 to go. Still a 1-goal lead for Club 24 Heat after that lovely Colton Marquis goal. McShane rips one. That's stopped by Lahash, and that one actually gets up here onto the track. The netting goes very high, but that ball flew way up, right over the Haudenosaunee flag in the corner. Pass out, doesn't connect. It's picked up by Smeltzer. Two defenders converge on him, but he comes out with possession. 16 left on the shot clock. Smeltzer will take his time. Down to Kerrigan. Hard fake, comes in. Oh, what a hand save. Kobe Lahash. That was highway robbery. The 30 is reset now. Now it's Nova Scotia's turn to get a little bit of a long 30. Another hand save by Lahash. It's going to go right back to McShane. All kinds of defensive pressure from Warren Oakes. McShane comes away with it. The alternate captain makes the pass across to the near side to Kerrigan. He's going to get a pick. That's a big pick. That's too much. There's a line, and that was it. John McDonald just laying the heat on that pick, and definitely that one's going to get called. Brian Rice will flip it back to Rozon. Rice is going for a change. I'm telling you, he can stay up and play Owen. You are not losing a thing, but he's been running a lot. Maybe just needed a bit of a break. Club 24 wanted a holding call on that one. Rozon is trying to get his helmet back on, making a bit of a show of it as he settles it back on, but yeah, a bit of a grab there. Nova Scotia into the offensive zone. That one gets away from them. It's going to be picked up, though. Driving it into the passing lane. Down to Kerrigan. Bounces one. Scores! Bit of a hesitation. The official had to take a look and see that it was there. Let's take another peek. You'll see this ball gets loose, but they do pick it up. Is Aquano coming away with it. Draws the defense. Oh, and you can't leave Zach Kerrigan down there. The slide was a little bit much. The official steps in. Says it was there. He's a little bit off the line. Had to kind of rush in, but looked quite confident throwing the hands up. We're tied 8-8. Dunbar, McCowan. McCowan doesn't like the way the face-offs have been officiated. We've seen him arguing actually during the face-offs that he thinks Dunbar is doing something untoward. That's a great clamp by McCowan. Doesn't come away with it. Now it's going to be battled for, and it will be the Privateers. Jake Nyhouse going to the net. Little pass. Great attempt. Crease violation, though. Smeltzer had to really adjust to that pass. Great play by Nyhouse, but just not a great pass at the end of it. We approach the final minute. 60 seconds to go. It's 8-8. Dylan Martin all the way around. The offense gets a shot. Reshny just gets enough of that one. Boy, Cole Reshny has had some great games for this Privateers team. I'm not sure he would count this as one of his great ones, giving up 8 goals, but he has made some huge stops. That one's right in the middle of the chest. That's the easiest save he's made all night. He'll just drop it in front of him. And there's a penalty now just down along the boards. And Club 24 is going to Club 24, he's going to take a timeout. Haven't seen yet what the penalty was for. It was right underneath us. Pretty hard to catch. I don't imagine we have it on camera. Do we get it on camera? No. It was away from the play. There's no way we could have got that. So, well, I'll just check. It should be going up pretty quickly on the game sheet. On game sheet. So Lucas Kenny with a roughing penalty with 36.9 seconds to go. And I heard him saying something as he was called for the penalty, like, you know, the other player grabbed his mask or grabbed something, but he just, it's tough. I get it. It's hard. It's hard to be patient. Ian McShane down on the Nova Scotia bench is saying, if we get the ball and get over half, call timeout right away. Let's use our timeout. Then they'd be able to pull Cole Reschke and go 5-on-5. With 36.9 seconds to go, it is more than a one-possession game. Thought for a second that Club 24 Heat was going with the bold and unprecedented step of pulling Casey Lahash, but they have not. He is just taking his time getting back to the bench, back to his crease. And here we go. 36.9, tied at 8. Marquis starts with it. Oh my goodness. Almost, Dale McComber was not looking when that pass came to him. He was able to get it. And now, the official's coming over to talk to the timekeepers. Admirable attempt to get to see what was happening there, but it's actually, the benches are underneath our platform, so we just cannot see what conversation is happening. You see the Nova Scotia players having a talk with the refs. Now this will be, so they've turned off the 30-second clock. They've put 30 seconds on the board. My goodness, that is, Nova Scotia's gonna hate that because there was 36.9. Okay, they're resetting. They're just going to restart the whole thing. I think what they're saying is they blew play in before everyone was ready to go. Nova Scotia's like, what? But 36 seconds to go, 30 on the shot clock, and we just have a do-over. Nova Scotia's still trying to find out exactly what's happening. Brett Draper is not satisfied with the explanation, but now they've just got to focus on killing this penalty, trying to get possession. They could still have a bit of time if they can get the ball back, but Club 24 Heat is going to wait late into their 30. 16 to shoot. Up to Marquis. Now they start to go. Here's Lozon. Rozon back, down low. Nice moves by Daibo. Scores! No! I thought it was in. Privateers want a timeout. Did they get possession? No. Last second chance for Daibo. We're going to overtime. We'll put 15 minutes on the board and we'll see who scores first to win this one. Let's take another peek at that last opportunity. Boy, what ball movement, what patience. And then Daibo comes in, rips it off the crossbar. The player behind the net is the one who was indicating he thought it was in, and often he's got the best view, but my goodness, what an exciting game, what an exciting finish to regulation time. There will be 17 seconds left on the penalty to Lucas Kenny when play starts, so it'll be a 5-on-4 to start the overtime period. And you know we're not done for the night, right? We've got 2 more games coming. They should be pretty good too. We've got the men, Gold Star Tel Aviv, and Team Eire representing Ireland. Gold Star Tel Aviv representing Israel. And then Eire back on the floor, this time the women. I believe that'll be there. No, have they played one today? But BP Lawyers will be playing. Two Lax Night championships in the last 3 years. And yeah, their roster looks pretty good. That is a bunch of the players who have played for them over the last few years. including Aaron Bakes, one of the stars of the World Lacrosse Women's Championship, Box Championship last year, as the U.S. won that tournament. As Aaron Bakes likes to remind me, I'm Canadian, she's American. We've had a little rivalry about that. Here we go, first goal wins. Marquis faking like he was going to shoot. He's waiting for Owen Rice to get out there. 8 left on the power play. Are they going to have a go here? 5-4 on the power play. Shot now might be kind of dangerous. They're going to wait a bit. Actually, here they go. Daleson Gandhi Makumba rips it back to even strength. Oh, big save Reshny. He doesn't know where it is, but he lands on it, gets his stick on as Owen Rice was foraging in the crease. That's a big recovery by Reshny, because Rice would have put that one home in a heartbeat. Zach Kerrigan has it. He's had a big night for the Privateers. I can't go and look it up right now, but we know he scored some goals. Can he get one more? No, he's going to miss on that one. It is a fresh 30, though, as it got off of Lahash, and Kerrigan tracks down his own rebound. Smeltzer rips it. Oh, shoulder save. I thought he was passing. I think everyone thought he was passing. Lahash left just enough of his shoulder there to make that stop. Kerrigan, another loose ball. Shovel pass. Gets it up to McShane. McShane driving. He's got the back door. Oh, it was low for Smeltzer. It bounces off his leg and up, but they do recover. 17 seconds left on the shot clock as McShane barges through. Comes out to the score! Luke Smeltzer finishes it. What a finish to that game. We've had a game of beautiful lacrosse and then kind of a broken play. We'll wrap it up, a 9-8 win, and let's look at this one as McShane just spinning and spinning. I'm not sure anybody really saw where it was. The closest Club 24 heat was Kerry Kane. It was just inches over the top of his stick. We're going to take one more look at that one, shall we? Let's watch that winning goal. Can we? Come on. Play the replay. It's not playing for me, but that is great. You can just go back a bit. But what a game. Again, we have just a handful of minutes, 13 minutes, and it looks like, until our next game, which will be Team Eire and Gold Star Tel Aviv. What a matchup between Club 24 Heat and the Nova Scotia Privateers. Anybody want to see that one again in the final? They've got to work hard to get there, but I think people might be anticipating we could see these teams playing again. What a game. Players and coaches shake hands, and we will take a break. Actually, 9 minutes and 40 seconds now. They've changed the countdown time for the warm-up, so 9.5 minutes. We'll see you right back here at the Traditions Cup. Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to the 2026 Traditions Cup. There you see Team Eire. They are on the floor against Gold Star Tel Aviv at the other end of the floor. Let's see if we can get them. They might be too close to the ring. Oh, here they come. Jackson Hayner between the pipes for Gold Star. So you starting for Eire. I believe it's Keegan Melnichuk. Let's double check. Eire with their final team cheer. They're making us wait to see. There he goes. Keegan Melnichuk, who played the second half of their earlier game. He will start this one. Eire was really pushed by Bulgaria. Actually had to score the last 6 goals of the game to take a 9-7 win. It was a 6-1 second half. They were down 7-3 in the second half, and then 6 straight. They will try and get the first possession here as their face-off whiz Michael McDonald does get the ball across to Ryan Clark. His shot a little bit wide and high, and it's scooped up there by Noah Brooks for Gold Star Tel Aviv. They represent Israel in this tournament, which is basically a World Club Championship, more or less, as club teams from various countries, the top club teams from the various countries taking part. Tel Aviv with their first possession. Gary Felsher had a pair of goals. Jesse Resnick passed it off there. He had one. There's a fake, a hard sidearm rip taken by Brett Newman. Sorry, that was that Chase Kogan? I think that was that Chase can't be that big now. Chase Kogan had 5 goals and an assist for Gold Star in the first game. They're pretty happy to have added him to their roster. On the other side, Connor Foley, 5 goals and an assist for Eire, representing Ireland. He's in the middle, right in the slot, and you can see Tel Aviv taking great care to pay attention to him. They've left him a little open, but lots of defensive attention. And here we go the other way. That one's just wide. Melnichuk stumbles. It's going to be a loose ball push, and it'll be the possession to the Irish. Running to the offensive zone is Cale Grehan. He's going to hustle off the floor as it's passed to Matt Duncan, who had a pair of goals in Eire's first game, their 9-7 win over Bulgaria. There's Foley, the big scorer for Eire in the first game. Little fake, Duncan spins again, big pick in the shot. So Connor Foley, 5 goals scored the first game. He's setting picks out here. That pass from Noah Brooks does not get to its intended target, but Duncan overruns it, scoops it up anyway, and it's a fresh 30 for Eire. Wonder how Gold Star did in their first game? Yeah, they ran away from Goodstick, an 11-2 win. It was quite a battle early on, but then Foley got Chase Kogan got super hot. Felsher and Drew Morris with a pair apiece. Chase Parnell on the near side, passes it off. Parnell gets it back, tries to shoot far side. Hayner throws it the leg in the hand. Stops, and that's going to be not a tripping penalty. Doug Utting was taken down. It's going to be a turnover caused by Matt Duncan. He'll hand the ball off and head to the bench for a change. Duncan's playing a fair bit of offense, mostly defensive guy back in Canada, but he's got some offensive skill as well. We've got a penalty coming as Doug Utting is going to the box. Yeah, he felt like he was tripped earlier, and he's going to take a slashing call, so Eire will go to the first power play of the game. I think he was still a little salty from that earlier non-call. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Traditions Cup 2026. We've got one more game after this. Eire will be right back on the floor with the women, and they will be playing, I just said it, BP Lawyers. That should be good. BP Lawyers is very good. Oh, nice rip from the outside. It was a reset. Hayner got just enough of it to drive it past the net. We're still scoreless. 3.5 minutes in, 42 seconds left in the Utting penalty. Hard rip. Hayner stopped it. Wasn't sure where it was, but recovers. Gets on it. He's got a man up the floor. Rips it ahead. What a pass. Short-handed goal and a beauty. That was Chase Kogan. Let's watch this one again. Finds the ball, and Hayner, that may have actually helped him that it took him a bit, because that gave Chase Kogan time to get down the floor. And that is, man, Chase Kogan is quite a player. He is, man, that is really something. The first goal of the game is a shorthanded marker about 4 minutes in. See what Eire can do in response. Actually, their power play has ended. We're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse. Brosnan gets the ball immediately, moves it on. He's number 40 in center pick. Now he's cutting to the net. Well covered. Good defensive effort there from Matt Bundy. Underhand rip. Did that get through? It did not. Went off somebody out front. I'm not even sure which team. Didn't matter as the 30 expires. And Udding will step up over center. Leaves it there. He's wearing his Israel helmet. A bunch of these guys have played for the Israeli national team. You see Drew Morris, 81 in the middle there. He's got the Israel helmet on. But a bunch of guys fairly new to the program. Oh, but that is a beautiful finish. We've seen the two big goal scorers from the earlier games coming through in this one already. It's kicked ahead, a nice heads-up play to kick it to himself, and then feeding it through. What a finish there. Wait, was that Luke Maloney scoring that? Let's watch that again. Can we run that one again? Come on, play the replay. I want to watch it again. Never mind. We got to keep going. Got to move forward. They've given that to Luke Maloney. That's pretty impressive if that was. Way to go, Luke. I shouldn't doubt you. Extended battle here between Ian Kadish and Michael McDonald. Scrum along the boards. Penalty coming. It's going to be to Eire. It's a high sticking call. It's going to be Jamison Stahl. So Chase Kogan will start with the ball up top. And it is a minor. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a minor or a major. It looked like a minor, but I thought I saw maybe an indication. Wow. Just allowing one Israeli player to just step in, and that's partly so they can stay out on Chase Kogan, and that worked out pretty well, nullifying that shot attempt. Go back up to Kogan. He had to reach for it after a huge swat onto Rio Johnson. Rio Johnson, another exciting young player from this area. He's going to apply some pressure. And Matt Duncan will get up over center. 16 left on the penalty, more than that on the shot clock, so they can kill the rest of it, try and get a reset with a late shot. Israel Gold Star has to stay alert. Duncan starts going to the net, spins again. He loves the double spin move. Well defended, but then he gets some space. Yeah, it was a good defensive shift for Gold Star. And the penalty will expire. We're halfway through the first. Oh, be ready. That's going to be an over and back. Great defensive effort there from Jamison Stahl coming out of the penalty box. Took a penalty and then made a fantastic play right after it. He'll hand it off here to McDonald. Leaves it for Connor Haig. This is Foley on the run. Oh my. That's how he scored 5 earlier with shots like that. What a finish. Connor Foley coming across the top. Pretty simple little pass. You can see the defender slips and falls. And then a nice pick. A good job of a subtle pick to open that up. And we ourselves a 2-1 game for Team Eire. They're deciding to get started a little faster this time than they did their first go round. Possession to Gold Star off the face-off. Kadish, a master at the art. Penalty coming here. It's going to be McDonald going to the box. It's going to be the illegal cross check, so Gold Star with a chance to tie it up. Kogan will start at the top again. Felcher over on the righty shooter spot. Rio Johnson actually, they're going to go lefty strong, send Kogan over. Wait, they're sending a lot of guys out. They sent Pat Marks out, and then they're like, we already have 5. We're not pulling the goalie on the power play. Here we go. So they got Rio Johnson at the top, takes it from Kogan. Behind the back to Resnick, hard shot. That was blocked out front. Coming away with it is Maloney. And look, I'm sorry if I doubted you, if that was you scoring earlier. We'll go back and check. Nice job fighting out of that traffic to get it across to Stahl. Stahl with the swim move. That is not something I necessarily thought was in his repertoire, but that was pretty snazzy. They'll leave it there for Patrick Brosnan. And the 30 is going to expire. They'll just lob it down into the corner and try and kill the final 12 seconds of their shorthanded situation. Rio Johnson, quick pass back, kind of got Morris off guard, but he did recover it. That one's going to be smothered there by Melnichuk. I believe Hayner's going all the way for Gold Stars. He makes that stop or grabs that ball and rips one up to Chase Kogan. We'll see, again, Melnichuk split time with Aiden Hurlis in the first game for Eire. Just slammed the door shut after giving up 1 goal early in the second half, and then Eire came back with 6 goals to win it. My guess is Melnichuk's in for the duration in this one as well. We'll see. Pretty good clear. They just got to get across still, and Foley will make it. And a couple of seconds to spare. Back up to the top to Brosnan. Connor Haig handed it off, and here's Foley letting one rip. Looked like it might be going over to the net, but Hayner wasn't taking any chances. He made the stop. That does mean it's up for grabs. Foley has it back behind the back pass. Oh, what a save. Hayner throws the hand out to rob Connor Haig. For some reason, my lefty highlighter keeps falling to the floor. Kogan over to Rio Johnson. Back to Chase Kogan. Still completing a change, I think. Yeah, a couple of Gold Star players coming on with like 7 seconds left in the 30. A bit of an odd one there. Less than 3 to go in the first half. 2 15-minute running time halves. Luke Maloney, he's trying to recreate the magic. Goes to the net, shoots, turned aside by Hayner, who points to the direction of where the ball went. It's going to be scooped up there by Brett Newman, and he's on the run. He'll pull it up. Back to Brett Locker. Back to Newman. Coming up top to Kogan. 17 on the shot clock. He's going to wait for something to develop. Now Israel's got a player heading to the bench already. Kogan one-hand grab. Another late change. They send Rio Johnson out with 9 seconds left on the 30. That shot, did that get a piece of Melnichuk? Doesn't matter, she recovers the ball as it bounces off the backboards. Oh, and then the pass is thrown away, and it's going to be scooped up there by Kadish. Ian Kadish, who runs communications for Israel Lacrosse. Just great work in country, developing the game. Oh, off the post from Rio Johnson. Scooped up far side, and they've got a fresh 30. Kadish back across to Johnson. Trying to slip a man into the back door. He's well picked up, though, by Matt Duncan. Playing well at both ends of the floor. Feed through. Melnichuk with the stop. Rio Johnson can't play that one. That's going to be through the crease. He was trying to let the Irish player pick it up and then check him, but you can't be right on top of him as he picks it up. Rio thought he'd give it a go. Nothing to lose, because if he didn't try it, It was going to be an easy pickup for the Irish anyway. Coming to the final minute of this first half. Hard rip by Foley, but Jackson Hayner comes up with it. That outlet pass wasn't quite as sharp as his earlier one. It gets away from Udding. Now there's a battle. It looks like Bundy might come away with it. He does. Flings it to Resnick. They're going to settle things down a little bit. Doug Udding, the veteran, says, guys, take it easy. I think Doug Udding is looking at one more go at the Europeans next year. As a lot of these teams building towards the Euros in Prague. Oh, is that in time? The officials are going to get together and talk, so let's not count this one quite yet. I mean, it's a great play. It's just a matter of how the time was on the 30. When does the buzzer go? When does the zero hit? Oof, I don't know. That's pretty close. Too close to call, really. And somebody's got to make that call, so we're not going to give them a hard time. That will be the end of the first half, and that will tie things up at 2-2. We're going to take a break and come back with more from the Traditions Cup at the beautiful Mary C. Winder Community Center on the Oneida Indian Nation. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2026 Traditions Cup. It's been a long day of action. We've still got one more game to go after this. 2-2. We're all tied up. We just had a thrilling overtime game between the Nova Scotia Privateers pulling out a 9-8 win over Club 24 Heat and an absolute dandy. This is a lower scoring game. Still exciting though, 2-2. Kadish McDonald at the dot. Kadish pulls it back, but racing to be the first one there is Ryan Clark, and it's possession to Eire, or is it? Yes. That one though is turned over. Nice grab there by Brett Locker. Takes the pass to the far side, and Ian Kadish has time to get up over center. He's waiting to be joined by the rest of his change. He'll head to the bench. Morris quickly over. Rio Johnson on the top. They're going to skip pass over to Kogan. Now it comes to Johnson. Resnick passes it across. Kogan rips one. Now, who was that? We're going to have a penalty. A check from behind. Chase Kogan will start with it up top. Johnson gets it back from Udding. Now you're seeing Doug Udding on the power play. He's going to go through the middle instead of a hard pick. And they score. The pick works perfectly. What a blast from the top there from Chase Kogan. Watch this one. That's Udding down in the crease. He'll flip it up to Johnson, then comes across as Kogan will get this ball back. Hard pick. The scissor pick. Kadish may have been a little late on it, but it worked. This defender was not closing in. He had time to get that, his half of the scissor going, and it's a power play goal to make it 3-2. Wait a second. Is that shorthanded? No, it had to be power play. Yeah. The penalty's just still up on the board. Eire comes away with it. Daniel Clark racing into the offensive zone. Runs out of trouble. We're right above the benches, kind of actually protruding out over the benches. So we hear a lot as the teams are making their changes. We hear the talk from the bench, especially in this game, the Irish benches were slightly to the right of center, where the opening in the net is, we can shoot through. 1 second to get a shot off. They're going to run out of time. Eire had a hand on each post as that ball sat on the turf behind him. Udding coming forward. 2.5 into the second of two 15-minute running time halves. Here's a drive down the middle. Not advisable to leave Connor Foley wide open like that. Again, he had 5 goals in their previous game, and they needed them all in that 9-7 win, including, I believe, there was an empty net at the end. I'm trying to recall. Here's a chance for Bundy. May have crossed Melnichuk up, but he just missed a little bit wide. No reset because the ball did not touch the goaltender. So down to 15 for Gold Star as Chase Kogan protects the ball while everyone gets set and it gets things rolling. Here's Resnick. Rio Johnson blasts one off Melnichuk and up out of play. It'll be a fresh 30 for Tel Aviv as Resnick flips it up to Rio Johnson. Big head and shoulder fake, then the bouncer taken by Gary Felcher. Backdoor attempt. Rio Johnson couldn't quite find the mark. Resnick with the fresh 30 underway. Arm saved by Melnichuk. They keep going towards that left shoulder, and now there's a chance on the run for Jamison Stahl. Oh, sorry, that's a big save by Eire. That was Cale Grehan on the run. Another save by Eire. Penalty coming. Eire will take a too many players on the floor illegal substitution call. That was an easy one because they had 6 guys out on the floor engaging in the play. Obviously a subbing mishap. Gold Star Tel Aviv has been a little slow at times getting their changes made. Eire may have been a little quick adding someone else to the floor in that case. Chase Kogan at the top once again of this power play. He's going to get it back. Looks to Rio Johnson. The defender falls. Now the flip pass. Nice recovery to get a bit of stick-on-stick check and send that one awry. Saved by Melnichuk. He'll bend over onto it. Now, who was that defender? I couldn't catch the number. That was a really nice play. Now running up over center is Ryan Clark. He slips, goes down, is still able to make that pass ahead. Good positional play. Big collision. Nobody can get it now. Rio Johnson behind the back. That is such a Rio Johnson pass. It's a beauty. Chase Kogan gets it, slips, gets back to his feet. Oh, they're losing track of Udding, who races in. They recover just enough, Ryan Clark, to get onto Udding and make that shot a little tougher to take, but they'd absolutely lost track of him coming in off the bench. 21 on the shot clock. Now it's Eire being a bit late, getting their last defender out. twisting attempt in the air there by Felsher. It's going to go the other way. Ireland looking for Matt Duncan coming off the bench, but he was well picked up though. I think that was Noah Brooks that came out and got him. It may have been Bundy. Yeah, one of the defenders coming off the bench took away that outlet chance. That pass won't quite connect. That's going to go back to Melnichuk. No possession. They're saying not a backhand because he was just trying to catch the pass. And Jamison Stahl wasn't able to. It did wind up going to Melnichuk. So with 8:10 to go here in the second half. Pass down low, and Matt Duncan thought he had a lane to the net. He just went a bit early. Now he does get the ball back. Diving dunk attempt, great save. Hayner throws the arm up. Oh, they're saying the third. I thought that actually got on net in time, but they're saying the 30 expired. The ball may have left his stick behind the goal line, which would mean it can't be a reset. So that's probably what happened there. If so, that's a really heads-up call by the officials. Resnick getting a pick from Rio Johnson. That pass doesn't connect. And stepping in the crease was one of the Gold Star forwards. It'll be Eire ball. They're going to look to even things up as they come into the offensive zone. Hey, quickly across. Getting in the middle of Duncan, who took a big bump and just used it for momentum. Huge hit as Foley was taking that pass. He is absolutely flat and perfect timing by Noah Brooks. He's having himself a game here. Rio Johnson all banged up there. And then the big swat, one on each arm and another one. Jameson Stahl pushing the bounds of what you're allowed to get away with. Defensively. It's going to be an over and back, and it'll be Eire possession. Ryan Clark hits the man coming off the bench. He'll get it back. Hayner stops that one. Nice give and go, although Clark wasn't on his offside. Now there's a chance at the other end. They can't hit Kogan, but it will come out to him. He stepped on the crease line. Just stepped on the crease line. You could see, from here it looked to me like he was on it, and the official in perfect position to make that call. What a lucky break that would have been. Foley with it. 15 on the shot clock for Eire. We've got a man behind the net. Okay, Israel is aware he's there. See Connor Chase. That's Connor Chase 22. Was picking up Chase Parnell. It's just a chase on chase situation. That ball gets down the floor, but it's going to be turned over. Eire will get it. There's Josh Swall. On offense, I didn't know if he was here today. Well, I saw him in the earlier game, but hadn't seen him here and hadn't seen him on the roster tonight. But yeah, he was having a solid game earlier. He's back out there playing some tough D. Oh, the pass gets through. Oh, what a defensive play. Noah Brooks, that is a great play. Because that was an easy putback goal if he hadn't been there to squelch it. Hutting will roll one along. Hoping that True Morris can get there. But it's going to be Eire possession. Oh, that's a tough pass. Tried to get that one to Grehan. Now it looks like we've got a penalty behind the play up in the Ireland zone. Oh, so it's an illegal substitution. Against Gold Star. Start at the top with Matt Duncan. Hit 2 goals and assists in the first game. Of course, Foley was the dangerous one. He's going to pass it across here to Brosnan. They get out on Duncan. Behind the back flip. Oh, there's the cutter. What a save by Hayner. He has been sharp tonight. I'm pretty glad to have him. And there's a... Oh, Well, the stick breaking on Foley as he was trying to check Kadish. Kadish wanted a holding call, but referee Spencer Tanguay right there just said no. Now we have play blown down. Illegal substitution again. Who's this one on? Wow, so it is on Gold Star again. And they're going to bring Noah Brooks back. The way he's playing, I'd be sending him out there. I think he's been great in this game. He'll be Utting, Locker, and Pat Marks. The 5-on-3. Now Schwal is released. Oh, he's wearing the 54. There you go. I thought he was 94. He's been on the roster. He's been on the roster the whole time. I was just thinking he was 94, but he's 54. He's out there now in this penalty kill. Oh, big save again by Eire, and he pops back up. So acrobatic. Hard rip by Foley. That's off the target, and it's going to be picked up by Marks. He'll rumble up into the offensive zone. It's Kogan off the bench. Foot save by Melnichuk. Wait a second. Yeah, that is Melnichuk still. Utting takes, and he's going to slow things down. Delayed penalty coming to Eire. Eire making like Christian Del Bianco and sprinting to the bench to get the extra attacker out there. Kogan behind the net. He wants the ball. Give it to him. Give him the ball. Rip from the outside by Resnick. Man, if I see Chase Kogan wide open behind the net and nobody aware that he's there, I'm throwing him the ball. It's an illegal sub for Eire. Both teams having all kinds of substitution issues in this game as we've got 1:54 to go. It's 3-2 in favor of Gold Star, and they go to the power play. And Eire's still making his way back. He's not even at the restraining line yet. He'll just backpedal down to the crease as Kogan is at the top. Rio Johnson gives it back to Resnick. That one was tipped. Who did it go off? Gold Star was arguing off an Eire player, but it was off of Gold Star. It appears that Eire gets possession. Nice hustle down the floor by Daniel Clark. Watched closely by Connor Chase. Foley gets the shot off, just kind of fired it when I'm not sure anybody was expecting it to come. Schwal picks up in the crease, very careful to avoid it back in. Nicely done, hands it off to Utting. He'll get it back from Rio Johnson. We're at even strength, 48 seconds to go. Hard rip from Rio Johnson. Doug Utting's back, he's saying, I got it, and then realizes, oh, that's gonna be a push in the back. Oh, and then a slash at the end, and probably good game management to not call that one. Definitely could have been a penalty, but I think I like the no call there. Let him play this last 30 seconds out. It's 3-2, Israel. They come to Kogan, gets some space, hits the cutter. Drew Morris gets ambushed by a pair of Eire players. And Eire's gonna get a timeout as they recover possession. 15.7 seconds to go. They're going to pull Melnichuk to the bench, get 6 attackers out, and see if they can tie this one up. They want more overtime. Do we want more overtime? It was pretty fun last time. That thrilling 9-8 win by the Privateers. All right, 15.7 seconds. Possession's going to start down to our left with Connor Foley. He's way down at the far end. He's going to hustle down because there is not a lot of time. Don't have to wait till the end. You can go whenever you have a chance. Take a shot when you like it. They flip it through. There's a great chance, but it just was bobbled. Now the ball's still loose. 1 second left. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Hayner grabs it, pulls it down, and he's going to have a shot at the other end. But there was no time for that, but he figured he'd fire it out, and Hayner is fired up. He and Noah Brooks run into each other. The whole team will come and gather to celebrate. What a game between Eire and Gold Star Tel Aviv. Gold Star with the 3-2 win. We got one more game tonight. The bar is set pretty high for you, Team Eire and BP Lawyers on the women's side. Let's see what you got for us. I think it'll be a fun game to finish up. It is now 9:34. They've put 10 minutes up on the board to count down for warm-up for Lawyers and Eire, and we are going to see in 10 minutes. Oh my, people are having fun. Games start tomorrow early, 7:30. Somebody actually asking a real question on there. 7:30 is the first game. The full schedule here. I'm going to put the full schedule in the chat. And then we're going to go and take a little break before our last game. I want to get this there for you. Those of you asking, here is... There it is. Follow that link. You check out the schedule, all the stats, standings, and everything. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in 9 minutes with the finale of Day 1 of the 2026 Traditions Cup. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to Traditions Cup 2026. And David Vidal, there is Eire for you. They're wearing the seafoam, and they are making their debut here at the tournament, as are the BP Lawyers at the other end of the floor. They're just along by their bench to our left. Eire, the visiting team on the scoreboard, or guests on the scoreboard. BP Lawyers will be the home club. This is the final game of the day. How many have we had? A lot. We started at 9:30. We get going at 7:30 tomorrow morning with the first game of the day. The men will be into play down action as they have 2 pods of 5, and the 5th place teams will face off each other in a consolation series, but or in the consolation side, whereas the top 4 in each pod will play within their pod, so no rematches en route to the championship game. We could have a rematch there. I think popular opinion is that we could be seeing a replay of that fantastic Club 24 Heat and Nova Scotia Privateers game that we were lucky enough to just witness a little while ago. Right now, though, the focus is on the 6-team women's division. So they are just playing a 5-team full round robin. The favorites do play at the end of the weekend. The top 2 seeds coming in. The link is just up a little bit in the chat, but the final game of this tournament will be these BP Lawyers playing Sky Women. Between them, they have won the last 3 Lax Night championships. And now we're ready to roll. The final game of day 1. Be Bridget Hamlin for Eire up against Rain Blazzuti, taking the draw for BP Lawyers. And they are battling for that opening faceoff. Eventually, possession will be awarded to the Lawyers and Blazzuti. How are you going to play with that stick that was just being bent all over? She's going to hand it off and get to the bench and get her gamer as opposed to the face-off twig. I don't know how face-off players play at all after the draw with some of those sticks that they have. There's a drive across the top, the first shot of the game taken there by Georgia Bourdignon. Here's Eire's first possession. Haley Price coming across the top, just had the ball pop away from her. She's going to forecheck Brooklyn Rosario, but Rosario will just barge through, rumbles into the offensive zone. She's going to let it rip. Good decisions. They take away the passing lane to Dee Panton. I mean, getting the ball to Dee Panton is a great idea. She's a tremendous shooter, but Rosario with the right decision there. Turned aside by Eire's goaltender. Looks like Sarah Hans between the pipes for BP Lawyers. We'll just double check that again. You go and check all the stats and standings and schedules. See how everything's lining up for tomorrow. We know when the U18s start playing. We know how the women's schedule goes. But the men, we have to go and check to see how things shook out. And here is Riley Ewing into the offensive zone, hands it off. Comes up top to Georgia Bourdignon. Lets a shot go. And it's going to be a illegal push call, and Ireland will get possession. Oh, it's Davina Gillis between the pipes. Yeah, BP Lawyers did have I was looking on the wrong side. Sarah Hans is a runner for Eire. It is Davina Gillis. I should have recognized that shiny blue helmet and the stance. Taking in there, and that ball is scooped up by Gigi Gaspar. Nice transition defense there from Gabby Rosenzweig. Sticking with it. The ball handed off to Bella Gaspar. Hard rip from the outside taken there by Gigi Gaspar. But it's turned aside. Kira Roberts between the pipes for Team Eire. Erin Bake's getting a little creative there. She has taken to box lacrosse like a fish to water. She was dynamite at the Worlds last year. Played with Mimico last summer. Helped them to win a provincial championship. She and Erica Evans, the two top scorers from the Women's World Championship, together on the left side for BP Lawyers. Just a nightmare for teams to deal with. I tell you, the Peterborough Lakers gave them a good push. Tyler McDonald, one of those. Was she with the Lakers? Yeah, she was with the Lakers. And she is now joining forces with BP Lawyers here. Representing Canada here at the Traditions Cup is the top club teams from nations being represented here. Dee Panton had to go back and chase that one down. A dozen seconds on the shot clock for the Lawyers. Panton, slip pick. Coming wide open down the middle was McDonald. Nice job coming back to provide an outlet there by Rosenzweig. And then she's just going to rumble down right down Main Street. As I said, Route 46 here. Good chance for a shot, but it went right into the belly pad of Davina Gillis from the stick of Jillian Smith. Gaspar hands that one off. Nice trail check. Good defensive effort, but fighting to get the ball back there. It's Georgia Whalen. Tremendous young player from Barrie. Whalen can't handle that pass, but nobody's near her, so she'll be able to recover. Makes the pass down to the crease. Oh, big save by Roberts, absolutely robbing Ty McDonald. Oh, great steal by McDonald. She's not going to make a mistake on that one. Stays out of the crease. Dunks that one home. Watch this play as Ty McDonald, you can see, she's putting a little forecheck pressure on. The pass goes awry. She just reaches out, grabs it with the one hand. And then the ball was actually in when she did her little dance to avoid the crease, but she didn't know that for sure. As it did, Kira Roberts did get a bit of it. So wise to take those precautions. I think the ball was already in, but either way, it's a lovely goal from Ty McDonald. Bakes grabs this one. Immediate pressure from Rosenzweig, having a strong start to this game. We're 6 minutes in, and we've only got one goal. Dee Panton. A pretty rough ride there defensively from Raina Warnell. Good job from her. And then a big pick coming. Panton stepped on the crease. Yeah, good call. Just battling through the check. Roberts will make the long one hopper up over center. That pass is picked off. Hannah Kent on the run. Breakaway for Kent. Oh, here comes a defender off the bench. So she'll make the pass across. Oh, what a shot. Love that one. Smart pass from Kent and the finish from Bella Gaspar. Look at this. That's Gaspar over on the left. You see the defender comes out. What a heads up play. A little sidearm skipper over to the far corner. And as we hit the 7-minute mark of the first half, it is 2-0. For BP Lawyers. Another chance for the Lawyers. Shooting on the run there was Ricky Hill. Nice save by Roberts. But she's had to be sharp. Lawyers testing her. Here's Rosenzweig up into the offensive zone. Elected to hold on to it. take some time to set the offense up. Lawyers come away with it. Julia Peters will start the transition. Bakes wants the ball. She's yelling, hey, look up to Gigi Gaspar. But Gaspar was just focused on getting by the forecheck, and that's an attempted behind-the-back pass. It went a little awry, but it was tracked down by Georgia Bourdignon. Bourdignon fights through, gets a shot. Roberts with another save. Haley Price has it. Price wearing her national team Irish helmet. Oh, what a pickoff by Bakes. She wanted the ball earlier. She just goes and gets it herself now. Nice pass down. They're on each other's opposite sides, though. And Bakes, you can see her smiling like, we probably just should have switched positions there. Not sure they had time, though. Erin Bakes is just she's a very intense competitor and just a tremendous character. It's a lot of fun on and off the floor. She stepped on the crease line, so she can't take the first pass, but they made another pass. Trying to tap it back to herself is Pierce Batchelder. She'll pass it over. Hard rip by Tyler McDonald. Eire into the offensive zone. Battling through from defensive pressure. Good work there. McDonald back in the defensive zone. You would not know she's a primarily offensive player. I was checking to see which defender that was. Nice effort getting back to get that one by Jillian Smith. Way up the floor. There's a Lawyer. Sidesteps the check, rips it, just misses. Great effort by Bella Gaspar. She's going to stay in play. Ricky Hill has it. Finds Bakes. Will run in to set a pick. Opens it up. Great lane. But a nice save by Robertson. Pounces on the rebound. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Great communication there by Briar Slattery to let Roberts know she was available for the passes. She made herself open. But all kinds of pressure from BP Lawyers near the center line. They come away with it, and it's going to be snagged here by Riley Ewing. She has a little trouble getting it, but does eventually come up with the ball. Sees a wave of seafoam green jerseys, so pulls up and tosses it back to Batchelder. Bourdignon is going to slow things down a little bit. Not for long. BP Lawyers will keep going. That's a big pick. It's a little bit too much. It's on the last men's game. The threshold for an illegal pick was pretty high, but it did eventually get crossed, and it feels like now the picks are being called. Hopefully they'll let the same level of pick go in the men's and women's games. Here's Bakes. Bakes through the middle. Great catch, but she had to be in the crease. There just wasn't enough room for her to not be, and she's going to point over and say, that's my bad. Haley Price stepped back in the crease. She'll drop the ball, and Gigi Gaspar has it. And Kira Roberts wants a break. It looks like, does she want some water? Yeah, it's going to be an official's timeout. It might be her gear. Oh no, she just wants a drink. Boy, that's a pretty Canadian timeout. Yeah, we can't restart play. I'm thirsty. 3:30 to go. Hey, the goalies need to be able to hydrate. If you've ever worn that gear, you know how much you sweat. You have to be drinking, but did she need a drink right then? Lawyers with possession. Eire settled 5-on-5. And that pass is thrown away. You got to get there. Ricky Hill tracks it down. Tries to get it ahead to Dee Panton. Panton spinning towards the net. She's had a couple of chances where she's just been barging through. She's not very tall. You can see number 2 for BP. Not the biggest player, but man, she has the heart of a lion. And she's going to track down this loose ball, and she's going to the net. Illegal pick, though, a little bit zesty from Ricky Hill. And it's going to be Eire possession. all kinds of pressure, and that's going to be turned over as Eire was just running out of time to get over center. Reverse whip, nice spinning attempt by Rain Blazzuti. See, she's got the normal stick with the red head. That's not that face-off twig. She's not trying that with the face-off noodle. Blazzuti with the pressure, and you can hear Trent Bray saying, that's not a penalty for contacting the goalie stick, as it had come out of the cylinder of the crease. At the other end, Davina Gillis with the save, gets it ahead to Bakes. She'll leave it there for Batchelder. And nobody gets her. And eventually they do come out, but she was almost on top of the crease by the time somebody came to check her. She gets her own rebound. I think that was a shot, although it went straight at Bella Gaspar, to Bella Gaspar. Here's Bakes to the net, big save, Kira Roberts. A little slip. Big forecheck pressure, nice work to hang on to the ball there by Emily Prendergrast. And that's gonna help Eire get it clear. Or is it? They gotta get over center. You gotta go! Just made it across Cassidy Gesualdo. And now she's gassed. She's gonna just let that ball roll over, and here come the Lawyers once again. Courtney Norton. Hey, Courtney Norton. I love watching Courtney Norton play. Haven't seen too much tonight, but she is an absolute menace defensively. Nice pass through and a little step around sidearm shot from Rachel McConvey. Is 12 a McConvey family number? I'm trying to think if her brother Thomas wears 12 or if he's a 10. Nice defensive pressure there from Gigi Gaspar, but well played to slip around it by Jillian Smith. Just a couple seconds left on the 30. There's 40 seconds left in the half, but the 30 won't start until there's 34 seconds left as it's running time. So not a huge gap, about a 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's a little bit far, but Bakes tracks it down. She was thinking dunk. Good defensive effort. And now Bakes is just going to come out and blast that one underneath Kira Roberts. That's going to be halftime. So let's take a look at that, as we're not going to have time to get to another faceoff. But look at Bates. You can see the defensive play by Cassidy Gesualdo to take it away. But then Bakes just rams it to make it 3-0 as we go to the halftime break. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Traditions Cup 2026. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You see in the background there's Frank Lachowski, coach and GM extraordinaire for the SPP Lawyers Club, put so much into it. He's really put together a powerhouse. And he was in there warming up the goaltender. I assume we're having a goaltending change. That will be Zoe Fex, I believe, coming in. Yep, Zoe Fex now. Is she gonna play, or is she just gonna a little action? Are they riding Davina Gillis? Oh yeah, Zoe Fex is playing. They're just at the wrong end of the floor. You have to switch ends. Come on, Frank. Get it together. Don't want your head to get too big with the compliments. But Zoe Fex. Little pause at the near restraining line. And gets ready. Runs into the crease. And we're ready to roll. Bridget Hamlin, Rain Blazzuti once again. Are we ready? We're ready. 15 more minutes of lacrosse tonight, lacrosse friends. Can Eire battle back? Driving to the net, Rosenzweig. Oh, that's a big hit. Bella Gaspar just flattens her. As the Gaspar, are they twins? I feel like Bella and Gigi might be twins. Oh, nice save again by Kira Roberts. As Bourdignon was all alone, and Kira Roberts is just facing a ton of rubber. And she's going to get possession here. Hey, to Carla Shimko, nice to have you on board. It would be great if you were here. I thought Mackenzie might be able to make it. Mackenzie Shimko has played with the Lawyers at the Laxide. Oh, there's a goal. And Haley Price. I'm not sure Zoe Fex was really ready for that first shot. Here's the long outlet pass from Kira Roberts, who's been doing it all in her own end. So she's just going to find Haley Price. What a transition goal. That's a great pass from Kira Roberts. That's 3-1. A minute and a half into the second of two 15-minute running time halves here. Hamlin Blazzuti. See, that's the yellow face-off twig for Blazzuti. She gets it. Possession, runs out, makes the pass, gets to the bench. Somebody's got her other stick, hands it to her. She's ready to go for her next shift as Lawyers go into the offensive zone. Deep Hampton up at the top. Oh, they've got a woman wide open on the crease. That was Pierce Batchelder. I have to go. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure if it's Batchelder or Batchilder. I have checked before. I didn't have a chance today. And I've gone kind of back and forth on it. I apologize to the clan. Oh, great effort by Ty McDonald. Off the post, though. Super forecheck. And then gets that shot. Here's Rosenzweig. Just seems to be everywhere for Eire today. Defensive pressure from Julia Peters way up high. Retreats as the ball's across the other way, but she's forcing her down low, but that's an open lane. Rosenzweig with the shot, but a nice slide defensively. Another chance, though. BP Lawyers kind of left the lane open, and a couple of chances there. Eire had a player down the floor. Yeah, that's too many. The Callie Cook Greasewood snuck out the offensive door. I thought, wow, that's a pretty tricky little 6-on-5. Or, a tricky little transition. But yeah, no, they still had 5 players on the floor. So the BP Lawyers, after surrendering their first goal of the game, are going to go to the power play. Ty McDonald, number 8, and Aaron Bakes, number 6. The only 2 lefties, but that is a whole lot of talent on one left side. They'll start up top with Georgia Whalen as they go strong right. She's got Bourdignon with her. And down on the crease, they have Batchelder. Roberts with the save. These 1-minute penalties can go pretty quickly, but because BP jumped and went after it early, they could get another possession. And Kira Roberts doesn't have any pass, she's just going to heave it down the floor. So that will give another 30 seconds for the Lawyers to work with. See, going early in the power play has big benefits. Agreed, Brianna Trombley. That was a great pass by Kira Roberts. That was on the goal by Haley Price. This one's tracked down by Hannah Kent. 10 seconds left on the power play. They got time to get a shot, but it's picked off we've got a penalty coming. That's going to be a boarding call. As Jillian Smith was racing up the floor and got rammed into the boards. I believe it's Bourdignon on the back check. Boy, Jillian Smith is such a big part of this program. Tons of grit. And now she's going to come out and play at the top of the power play, showing she's got the skill as well. Eire needs one more out there. There we go. Selena Justice came out to join the left side along with Haley Price. They look like they've got a set play they're trying to run. I don't think so. Oh, almost picked off. Hannah Kent would have been off to the races. She gets back to her defensive positioning. Jillian Smith makes the pass down. There's some aggressive defensive pressure on the penalty kill. That's Bella Gaspar getting out there. And again, now it's going to come back to haunt her, but bailed out by Zoe Fex. Nice effort there. I thought that was 10 for Eire, and I don't see a 10 on the roster. So I might have had a late change, or I might have just been mistaken. Maybe it was Jillian Smith, 18. Well, it would have been quite a Jillian Smith play with the drive to the net. Batchelder bounces one. Roberts stops and again gets out onto the loose ball. There were 3 BP lawyers circled around or triangulated around that ball, sitting in the crease, and Kira Roberts, oh! Nice job there to take that pass by Cassidy Gesualdo, absorb the check and get it over center in time for Eire to maintain possession. 8.5 to go here in the second half. It's 3-1 for the BP Lawyers. Hamlin made the pass to the far side, heads to the bench for a change. Late in the shot clock, they try to get one on target. It's just a little bit off by Hillary Grehan. Part of the Grehan clan playing for Eire. Hannah Kent. Illegal pick called on the BP Lawyers. Neither Hannah Kent nor Dee Panton likes it, and Dee Panton is going to come and try and take it out. Oh, that's a handball. Dee Panton in the crease. Heck of an effort. But it will go for naught. Now Panton's trying to put a little pressure on. Oh, great job there by Jillian Smith to accept that pass on the run, fight through the check. She's got a player on the far side, finds her. Oh, it just gets a little bit past. Briar Slattery will come back to get that one after she got plastered into the boards. We've got 7:15 to go. It's 3-1. Slattery comes around the top over the pick from Justice. Can't quite complete that pass to Miley Vidal. So here's an outlet pass and wide open, all alone. Great save, Kira Roberts. Riley Ewing, though, avoided the crease so she can go get that ball. And it's a fresh 30 and an offensive possession. She'll wisely slow it up. Thought about going down to Georgia Whalen. I think probably the right call to hold on. Don't think that was a great opportunity there. Gaspar thinking about the dunk, reaching out, see if she could reach it. It's a little bit far. Gotta be pretty tall to do that. Just standing back there and reach out. I like the thought. Oh, look at that D. That's an over and back. Great defensive pressure from Gigi Gaspar. Gigi's wearing the 77. Bella is in 9. Now we've got a penalty. BP Lawyers with too many on the floor. So it's going to be a chance for Eire, just under 6 to play, to try and close this 2-goal gap. They got one early in the half on that beautiful outlet pass from Kira Roberts to Haley Price. Caught Zoe Fex before she was really into the game, it seemed like, but she is looking pretty solid now. She'll stop that one. Jinxed her a little bit because she didn't look too solid on that, but she made the save. And she's going to get back up to her feet as Brooklyn Rosario races into the offensive zone. Confronted by Rosenzweig, makes the pass off. She's going to go set a pick. That's a solid pick. Heads to the bench for a change. They get it over to the far side, and Hannah Kent. Nice pass through the middle, just off target. Rain Blazzuti with the shot. Well, you can't just stand there waiting for it. Once play's blown in, you got to go. Oh, but it's left behind. Blazzuti goes and gets it. Haley Price, great trail check. What a strip. You watch Haley Price, and you think, hey, she's a pretty good player. And then you keep watching her, and she just does everything. She is so good. Anywhere on the floor you need her. Heart and soul for this Eire team. That pass gets away and will be BP Lawyers' possession. They get it ahead to Ewing. Ewing watched by Rosenzweig. Little pick from Panton. She was there for the roll, but a wide open lane, so Whalen wisely takes the shot, but another stop by Kira Roberts. Oh, nice pass ahead to Rosenzweig, who hangs on to it, and some tenacious defense from Julia Peters. BP Lawyers really come up and check you. Look at that. on cue, Gigi Gaspar up well past restraining, and now Gaspar tries to tap it ahead to herself. Tried the goose and go. Didn't quite work. It's going to lead to a chance the other way. Zoe Fex had to be careful as that one came off the boards. The 30 will expire for Eire, and here go the Lawyers. Gaspar. She's going to slow it down. She's on her offside. They're up 3-1. There's 3.5 minutes to go. All factors contributing to that decision being the right one. She's going to stay and play. She and her sister both out there right now. No, they're not. That's an 8, not a 9. Kira Roberts has it. She's going to walk for a bit, but she's going to have to get the ball up there at some point. Just a few seconds to get it there. She'll just fling it down. Now it's going to be a battle in the corner. Good fight there from Selena Justice to try and get it. And she comes out with the ball, passes it up top. Ripped from the outside, taken by Gasualdo. It's going to be Lawyers' possession. Here they come back the other way, Ty McDonald. Another save by Roberts, scooped up there from Morgan Buis. She's getting into it in front of the net with Ricky Hill. McDonald says, just give me the ball and let's get this thing going. Looking to make a return pass, and instead they get the cutter, Georgia Whalen. Another great play by Haley Price, and then Kira Roberts. Not sure I've ever seen a goalie dive out and cover so many loose balls in their crease in one 30-minute game. We're into the final 2 minutes, which means we're in stop time. Could work to the benefit. Oh, you got to be ready. Great forecheck pressure from Hannah Kent. It was a good effort by Raina Warrenell, but well, this is just an oncoming train in Kent. Nice job coming across the top. There's a beautiful team effort goal for BP Lawyers. Look at this ball movement, the pick. Roll across the top, maybe a little hold of the stick, but they get away with it, and another nice pick. Everybody working, and then they bury that one. That was Riley Ewing, who's been working hard this game, gets rewarded. That offensive shift in the goal, 1:32 to go. It's a 4-1 lead. The link to the website is in the chat just a little bit higher up. You go there, check all the scores, stats, schedule, standings. The women's schedule, as we said, is set. It's going to be a penalty behind the play. Or is that just a timeout? It's a timeout. With 1:19 to go. So the women's schedule is all set on there. The men's should be in now. Women's 6 teams, full 5-game round robin. And whoever has the best record will be named the champion. The last game of the weekend is BP Lawyers and Sky Women Ascend. Top 2 seeds coming in, so that could be a de facto championship match if the seeds hold to form. The men's game should be all set in there now. Let's take a look. We'll take a look right now. We got a few seconds before we get to the final 1:19. Let's see the schedule. For tomorrow, let's find tomorrow. We'll scroll down, and it will be Good Stick and Hummingbirds. That is the 5th place versus 5th place from the men's pods. And then, yeah, everything's filled in. It all auto-populated. So you can see the women's full schedule, the men's play-down schedule, or play-in schedule, playoff schedule, I guess, within their pods. And the U18s get going tomorrow. 3 of them playing a little round robin, and then a championship game. That should be some good lacrosse. Brooklyn Rosario withstanding all kinds of heat from Jillian Smith. 18-on-18 violence, and Rosario just says, not today. You are not taking this ball away from me. Thought about making the pass, it wasn't there. Still hanging on to it. What a shift for Brooklyn Rosario. She heads to the bench. Ty McDonald's going to spin. Well defended there by Haley Price. Will race out. And then first one to the bench. Oh, Miley Vidal had raced down the floor off the bench, was hoping to get an outlet pass, but play was a little bit slow getting blown in for her liking. Here's Riley Ewing with a chance for her second. Did that even, she went, that time I thought she went through the crease, I guess not. So a nice pass out. Oh, what patience there from Georgia Bourdignon. There's the replay as Ewing tracks it down. And Kira Roberts has had a really, really good game, but she was just kind of falling down from exhaustion of stopping about 1,000,000 shots, I think, on that one. 22.6 seconds to go in day 1 of the 2026 and inaugural Traditions Cup. The trophy will be here tomorrow. I've seen the mock-up and the process of it being created. It is gorgeous. You're going to love the trophy. It is really something. And apparently it weighs 100 pounds. So it's going to be rolled in on a cart. They'll present it to at least a couple of players for whoever wins the championship. That is the overall championship. Whichever nation has the best overall results. Of course, there will be a champion for each of the men's U18, the men's open, and the women's open divisions. This is a win for BP Lawyers. That will wrap things up for day 1 of the Traditions Cup. And remember, we start in, seriously? 9 hours from now. We'll be back. I am Stephen Stamp. On behalf of everyone here at the Traditions Cup, including Allison Harding on camera, doing a great job. Thank you for being with us today. We're going to leave you with the handshake lines, and we'll see you tomorrow at the 2026 Traditions Cup at the Mary C. Winder Community Center, the beautiful facility on the Oneida Indian Nation.